Hey there folks, this is GreenXI welcoming you right back to Let's Play Higurashi. This is episode 143. In the last episode, Kaiichi sort of remembered that he had been given the needle in the mochi, or in the, similar to mochi, in a past life, or as himself in another world, as we saw in the first arc. And Rika picked up on it. Also, Kaiichi sort of agreed to do the auction, as the village seemed to love him somehow, even though he's new. So let's get going. Let's carry on with chapter 3. The items donated for the auction were gathered at the Furude shrine. There's so much stuff here. I expected to see towels, old furniture, but there are way more things than that. I even see TVs and fridges. These are pretty new too. Ha, impressed, huh? We got donations from the stores my family owns. Some of them were display products or leftovers that they can't sell, but they're still practically brand new. If you don't mind something a model behind, they're incredible, right? Yeah. I'd have a model behind. I do. Seeing how sun-bleached the brand new sticker on these appliances are makes me feel kinda sorry for them. No, Sadako, that's actually a big selling point. Even if it's a little faded, people feel better using brand new tools than they do items someone else used. Meep. Youngsters these days sure are picky. Yeah, Sadko, spoilt brat. We've seen that in other arcs. I don't really care whether it's new or not. All I care about is the price. Rena-san, you seem interested in furniture. Are you thinking about living on your own or something? Oh no. My dad and I were just talking about redecorating the house. Brand new furniture is expensive, so I've been checking out these recycled ones. You're changing the furniture? That's quite a big deal. Yep. My dad finally found a job recently. So we kind of want to make a fresh start out of it. Your father found a new job? Rika-chan asked her. I was thinking the same thing. Did that mean Rena's father was unemployed until recently? No. He didn't work for a whole year after he broke up with my mom. I was so upset. I was always telling him to go get a job already. Rena explained that with the usual smile, so it took me a moment to realise how serious it was. If what she said was true, her parents were divorced and she wasn't living in a very good family environment. Rena talked about it like it was nothing. Your mother and father broke up? Yep. They got divorced in Ibaraki. That's why my dad and I came back to Hinamazawa. My dad couldn't get over the divorce for a long time though. He was always just sleeping or daydreaming. Divorces and breakups always wound deeper the more they love their partner. It's not really a bad thing that your father was hurt so much. It's a good way to look at it. That's a romantic way to put it. Anyway, I eventually found out that he was spending a lot of money at the bar. I was shocked when I looked at our bank account. Rena's mom's a famous designer. Their family used to make loads of money. So her father got lots of settlement money upon the divorce. That's why he was able to pay for their living expenses for a while. Perhaps that was why it took him so long to get back on track. That's true. If he had no money, he would have had no choice but to work. He would have had no time to be depressed if he kept himself busy. It's tough leaving an ordinary pattern of life. It can really mess up people's cycles. I understand, because I was that way for a while after I left the academy. Staying at home like a hermit is the worst thing you can do. I did that for a while. You're exactly right, Rika-chan. That's why I had a talk with him. We talked about his responsibility as the head of the household and as a parent. You always look like you're fooling around, but you're actually the most reliable person in this group. I'm impressed that you even spoke to your father like that. It wasn't a big deal. I was shocked at first. I found out that my dad was spending his money on some lady. As his daughter, it really hurt to find that out. And then? What did you do? Well, it was no good to think about it on my own. I just kept thinking in a negative way. So I spoke to Mi-chan about it. All I did was listen to her. Rena was the one who faced her problems and came to the conclusion of talking with her dad about them. I didn't give her any advice. But that was the important thing. Talking to people about your problems can calm you down a lot. upset so. If she overcame it just by talking to Sis, maybe her problem wasn't that serious. That's not true, Shi-chan. Before I spoke to Mi-chan, all I thought about was how to hurt that lady. But I realised that wasn't a good solution at all. Talking it out with him was the most important thing. So what happened after you spoke with him? Well, we concluded that he wasn't moving on because of the money. So we transferred the funds to a different account and I took charge of them. Now my dad has to get an allowance from me every month. Oh. Oh ho ho. It's as though you're the parent now. Everyone else laughed along with Sadako. I wasn't sure if I should laugh, but I saw Rena laughing too. Anyway, the money was keeping her father from moving on. As soon as he remembered the value of money, he stopped going to that shady bar and got a job. It really was perfect timing. He was getting ready to pay the down payment for this lady's apartment. That would have been a mess. You talk about it like it's nothing, but it's a pretty serious story. Your family could have been ruined. We've seen that. That's true. If I didn't talk to Mi-chan, and kept on thinking about it on my own, I don't know where I would have been by now. I think I probably would have tried to kill that lady. Everyone laughed at hearing such a dangerous thing come out of Rena's mouth. Oh, the joys. Rena laughed too. But I saw something serious in her eyes. It was probably true that she once thought about murdering that lady. She seduced Rena's father so that she could get money out of him. Knowing how short-tempered I am, I might do the same if that happened to me. I think she made the right decision in talking to Mion instead of being irrational. I'm impressed. It's not that easy to talk about your family issues. I know. It took me a while to make the decision to talk to Mi-chan. But that one dream changed everything. A dream? Yeah. Every night in bed, I'd think about my problems. So I was troubled, even in my dreams. In my dream, I thought about what would happen to me if I didn't do anything. I don't know if what I saw was my imagination, or prediction of the future. In my dream, I saw that lady living with us in our home. My dad and I don't smoke, but there was an ashtray in the living room. The futon in our guest room was now hers. In the bathroom, there was a toothbrush and shampoo I'd never choose to buy. It was an unusual sight. That must have been a very difficult and disgusting situation. Sadako never told me, but I'd heard that she also lost her parents. I'd heard that she went through tough times when she was taken in by her aunt and uncle. Someone told me about that once. Sadako seemed to understand Rena's pain very well. Yes, it was a really disheartening situation. Eventually I felt like I didn't belong there anymore. Then something urged me to kill her. That sounds so realistic for a dream. What happened after that? I realised I was a murderer. I didn't want anybody to find out about it, and I stopped trusting anyone. I spent all day at the place I buried her. I was afraid that if I left that place, someone would find out that I killed her. That's a nightmare. I'm glad it was just a dream for you. Yeah, so it's not just Keiichi who's having the memories, I suppose. I don't know. I wonder if that was just a dream. I think I saw my future. That would have happened if I didn't do anything about the situation. I woke up the next morning shaking in fear. I even felt like I smelled her perfume at home. I wondered when that dream was going to come true. I was so afraid, and that pushed me to talk to Mi-chan. I remember Rena coming up to me and telling me that she had a secret to tell me. I honestly thought she'd gotten a positive on a pregnancy test for a moment. I can talk about it like this now, but it was very serious then. Mi-chan's a really dependable person. She listened to me and guided me through a solution. Eventually we decided that I needed to talk with him face to face. Perhaps it wasn't just a dream. You're right. I think it was more than that. Without that dream, it's possible that you never would have spoken to Mion. That could have changed your life dramatically. A dream, huh? Huh? You've had dreams too, Shion? Shion had said something in a small voice. Only Mion picked up on what it was. I don't know what she said, but based on Mion's reaction, she must have said something serious. By the way, Shion usually went to school in Akunamaya. However, she'd been coming to the school in Hinamazawa lately. I didn't know why she chose to come this far, but she seemed to be having fun taking care of Sadako. I had no idea what brought Shion and Sadako together. Wait, weren't they on bad terms once? Huh? Is that true? Were they always that close or not? Now I know. It's important to talk to other people. We'll have fun in a normal way. We'll laugh together in a normal way. And we'll fall in love in a normal way. We won't doubt each other. We'll trust each other. Friends have greater meaning than I thought. You can talk to them about anything. I finally came to realise that. You're right. You resolved not only a family issue, but you also realised the importance of friendship. Yeah. If anyone's troubled by something, I want to help. I really do. I want everyone to think that they can talk to me about their problems. Meep. Ren is saying something very important right now. Vika-chan's right. We all nodded at her without joking around. A moment later, we heard someone locking the door. We were all surprised. That person didn't mean to lock the door. She must have locked it by accident, not knowing that it was already open. She turned the knob, thinking that it was now unlocked. Is anybody inside? The lady knocked on the door. I could hear several other people outside the door. Oh, sorry. Let me open it. Mion replied in a loud voice and walked toward the door. I heard her greeting the ladies from the town council. Hey, will you guys lend a hand? What is it? I immediately saw why Mion called us over. The people from the village committee had brought another donation. It was an old cupboard. We all helped to carry it inside the room. As I walked through the door, I realised the Higurashi was starting to cry, taken over from the cicadas. I heard you're going to host the auction, Maibara-kun. Everyone thinks you're the best man for the job. We're all looking forward to seeing your showmanship. Oh, I'll do my best, but please don't expect too much from me. Sure you say. You're here today so you can come up with an idea of how to sell these items. They have every reason to expect great things from you. I'll make sure I'm at my best then. The other ladies smiled and told me they were looking forward to it. It hadn't been that long since I moved to this village, but even these people offered me a position of huge responsibility during the festival. So you could say that they've accepted me as a member of the village. I caused so much trouble where I lived before that I couldn't even go outside, but they accepted me as a member of the village. I was so happy. I felt bad that I still hadn't learned all of their names, but I was going to do my best to entertain the villagers who were supporting me. What are you going to do now, Mion-chan? Are you staying here? No, we're going home now. Right, Kai-chan? Yep. I got a good idea of what we have here. I should be fine now. I'm not interested in Watanagashi, but I do still want to see this auction. Oh yeah, maybe I'll come to the festival too. You absolutely must be there, Shion-san. It'll be great fun if we all hang out together. I disagree. She lives in Akunamaya, so she should go to the festival there. Oh, bitch. I think Shi-chan should come. I think Mi-chan will prove entertaining if she does. Since most of us want her to be here, it's decided that she is going to come. You hear that, sis? You'll be my shadow on the day of the festival, but let's at least be nice to each other. Ugh. I hate you, Shion. Hate you, Shion. I hate you, Shion. Whatever Mion says, I know that they're actually close. The more Mion tried to refuse her, the more it was obvious how close they really were. Right, let's go. Make sure you get everything. I'm turning off the light now. We made sure that we didn't leave anything inside and left the room. I looked around the shrine grounds while Mion locked the door. This big place will be filled with people on the day of Watanagashi. These grounds are going to be the site of the festival. Man, I can't even imagine a crowd. I'm really looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot of stalls, and it'll be packed with people. You'd be surprised, I think. I wish they'd quit being stingy and hold something every season instead of once a year. That reminds me, there's someone who visits every season. Oh yeah? Huh? Who are you talking about? Oh, I know who you mean. It's that photographer I met the other day, isn't it? What was his name? You know Tomataki, Keiichi? That's right, it was Tomataki-san. I met him on my way back home. Rena and Mion told me about him. Despite his burly frame, he's a fairly modest guy. He comes here every year to take pictures, right? That's what he claims, at least. Oh. Whenever I see him, I feel like Watanagashi is close by. And after Watanagashi, it's the beginning of summer. That's true. But the cicadas are already crying because it's gotten hot early this year. I heard on TV that this year is unusual. It's something to do with a thing called global warming. I love a hot summer. Was global warming really a thing back at, what was it, 1980 odd? I thought it was quite a modern concept. I love a hot summer. It's not a proper summer if it's cool. Yeah, I agree. Summer is all about sunbathing and actually being outside for once. I like the different climates of the seasons. Cool summers and warm winters disappoint me. Yeah. We've got to be as passionate as the hot summer too. How many of us are going to be there at the festival? It's going to be a battle of the 6 evils. Once again, we'll have a great Watanagashi this year. I agree. I hope we'll have lots of fun. Hey Rena, don't you know? When Rika-chan says something like that, it's not just what she hopes for. It's a prediction. If Rika-chan's telling us that it's going to be great, it really is going to be great. That's our fate. Right, Rika-chan? Yes. That's our fate. Rika-chan smiled with a nipa. Her smile assured me that the day of Watanagashi was going to be a great one for us. The auction won't be starting right away, will it? Nah. It's going to be right before the ritual dance, so we'll have plenty of time to hang out together. Indeed. It's your first festival, you deserve to have fun. After Kai-chan's auction, we get to see Rika-chan's ritual dance. Sounds good to me. That means I don't get to see Keiichi the whole time. I have to stand by for the dance. Are you going to be in the show too, Rika-chan? What's that dance all about? Are you going to do something traditional because you're the Shrine Maiden? It's a dance and a ceremony for paying respect to the cotton inside the futon. You should root for Rika-chan too, Keiichi-kun. You see? When Rika-chan dances in her Shrine Maiden outfit, it's just so cute. I'm taking her home with me. I've never seen a real Shrine Maiden before. I'm sure Rika-chan really will look adorable. I was looking more and more forward to the Watanagashi festival. Rena, Mion, Shion, Satoko, Rika-chan and I. The 6 of us will definitely have a great time there. How many more days did we have? I've never been this excited about a festival in my life. It's such a nice happy part. Everyone's just succeeding and getting over what made them go nuts in their main arcs. Satoko's snoring sounded so subtle while I stood by the window. Satoko? Zzz. I could tell that she was sound asleep. She snores so cutely. Hanyu laughs and tries to poke Satoko's nose. I looked up at the sky. Nothing was different about the moon, but the moonlight seemed warmer than usual to me. Rika, you seem to be in a good mood. Yes, I think I am. I realised it only after Hanyu pointed it out. I really was in a very good mood. Otherwise, I wouldn't be enjoying the view of the sky on a humid night like this. I felt like bringing a toast to the moon. As I rooted around the back of the closet, Hanyu spoke to me, sounding noticeably upset. Rika, don't you even think about drinking? I deserve it. Just tonight. Hanyu doesn't like alcohol. If I drink, Hanyu will also taste it, so she always complains when I try to drink. That's why I usually drink only when Hanyu is far away from me. Of course she'll know right away when I do, but it's too late by then. No, you can't. You're too young to be drinking. It's my body. I'm gonna make my own decisions. No, I hate alcohol. You can't drink. I don't want to fight with you tonight. I'll dilute it with orange juice so you can handle the taste. Is that a deal? That's not the point. I hate being drunk. So you can't drink. Hanyu jumped around and complained. She was making a lot of noise right where Sadako was sleeping. Stop that, you're gonna wake her up. No, I'm not. Remember, you're the only one who can hear me. Blah. Oh, just who do you think you are? I went to the refrigerator and took out a pack of orange juice and the spicy kimchi I typically use for punishment. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you prefer if I ate this spiky kimchi to punish you? Or drink a sweet orange juice cocktail while enjoying this beautiful moon instead? Hanyu clenched her lips while jumping up and down, ready to burst into tears. She should be disciplined for being that noisy. She never has been, since I'm the only one who can hear her. Besides, she's like A, so I can't even give her a spanking. Hanyu loves sweets, but she really hates spicy food. Sounds like me. Vika, would you stop jumping around? Sadako woke up suddenly and I had to hide my glass in a hurry. Sadako doesn't know about my drinking habit. What time do you think it is? She fell asleep again after speaking. See, she was bothered by you jumping around like that. You nighttime nuisance. Oh. Just like I'm the only one who can see her, I'm usually the only person who can hear the noise she makes. However, that's not the case all the time. Hanyu does exist in this world. Sometimes people can actually hear and feel her existence. It doesn't happen too often, and most people think that they just heard some random noise. Based on my experience, people who are in a critical condition like Sadako tend to hear her more often. When I say critical condition, I mean who've reached a level 4 stage, as Iria would describe it. That stage is nothing that can be done anymore. They will feel the existence and hear the noise of someone that they can't see. That would really mess with their mind. And you stopped jumping up and down and gave up as I started pouring alcohol into my glass. So, you know, like when Kaiichi was really paranoid and he heard footsteps behind him. That was because he was in like a critical condition and Hanyu was probably following. You know, there's the extra footsteps. I wasn't drinking because I wanted to be mean to Hanyu. In fact, I always wished she would enjoy it too. I poured only a little bit of wine inside the glass and diluted it with plenty of orange juice. In fact, this cocktail is pretty much just juice. I also put some crushed ice inside the glass. With that, it looked like a real cocktail they serve at the bar. See, Hanyu? It's very diluted. I licked the edge of the glass to see how she'd react. I guess it's not that bad. Good, I'll be drinking this tonight. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore, alright? Hanyu has been scared of that kimchi punishment for a while. As I put it back inside the fridge, she seemed relieved. I took the glass and headed back to the window. There was no breeze, but it seemed a little bit cooler. Hey Hanyu, do you feel that something is different this time? Talking about Kaiichi and Rena? Shion too. Everyone remembers a little bit about their past. They seem to be using those memories to avoid their fatal mistakes. I don't think it would be that surprising if this was happening individually, but I find it very strange that it's happening to everyone all at once. I know I often use board games as examples of fate, but I feel like this is the same lucky chance as rolling all sixes on 3 dice. I think that's a good way to describe it in the sense that we're starting closest to your desired future. But I don't think this is the miracle that we've been waiting for. I knew what she was trying to say. She was telling me not to expect too much. The die is designed to have 6 sides. It's not a miracle if I roll it and it gets 6. A true miracle is when I roll it once but get a 10, just like what happened with Kaiichi in my previous life. In other words, a miracle is something that would normally never happen. Kaiichi gave the doll to Mion, Rena spoke with her father, Shion started taking care of Satoko after remembering her promise to Satoshi. That was all because they had those intentions somewhere in their hearts. It was only a side of their die that was engraved there already. But still, even if you couldn't call 3 dice rolling this well a miracle, it did mean good fortune. I'm sure it was God's way of celebrating you finally feel motivated to change your fate. Hehe. I thought you were one of the gods. You only treat me like a god when you're trying to tease me. I was just kidding, don't get upset. Anyway, that's why I'm in such a good mood tonight. I lifted up the glass of orange wine, gave a toast to the moon. It tasted like nothing but sweet orange juice. It was funny to see Hanyu making a happy face as I took a sip. I wonder if I can escape the death of 1983 this time. If our goal is to escape from this board, then I don't think we'll ever have such a fortunate start again. No matter how hard I tried to prevent things from happening, there's some things I could never control. It's such a huge letdown when that happens. Even after trying so hard, something renders my efforts infertile. I'd probably been wasting my time for so long because I was trying to escape from that pain. For the first time in my life then, I've been blessed with a favourable situation. Everything seems perfect in this world. There's no reason for me to be depressed. It's like the weather is perfect, the wind's blowing in just the right way. If I failed to put my ship out to sea, there's nothing to pin the blame on. I understood what Hanyu was trying to say with a concerned look on her face. If I didn't escape my death under this fortunate situation, I'd have to accept that my fate wasn't something that could be changed. This is an ideal world where all of my friends overcame their problems. I was always in a depressing world, but this time all the pieces of the puzzle matched. If I couldn't change my fate in this world, then it was proof that I couldn't change it in any world. That was the ending that I've been afraid of for a long time. The loss of hope, and the death of my soul. Of the pair of us, I was probably the only one who would die. Hanyu will most likely remain there, even if my spirit disappears. She must be afraid of being alone after I lose myself. That's why she's telling me not to expect too much. I bit down on an ice chip inside my mouth. It was pleasantly cold. Hanyu, I know we've been over this many times, but I want you to think about me again. Sure. You want to know why you're being murdered in 1983? Yes. A strong will becomes fate. That means that the reason I get murdered this year is because of someone's strong will. I think you're right. Who will benefit from killing Rika Furude? If that person has a strong will, there must be a clear motive for them doing so. It might sound odd coming from me, but I think most people like Rika Furude. I don't think any villagers would have the motive to kill me. The people who live in this village are all fond of you. Thanks to you. Oh. I'm just showing you my appreciation. Anyway. We now know that the Sonzaki family is not the culprit. I have no idea who else would want to kill me. You know, this village is supposed to be the safest place in the world for you. You're right. It's supposed to be. There are plenty of people who would protect me here. It's ironic. For a long time I've been refusing help from all those people who are trying to keep me safe. Rika, I think we should rely on Irie. People in this village love and cherish me. But no matter what, they never save me when I try to escape the fate of my death. I spoke to several villagers in the past, but they never believed me, and none of them saved me in the end. They probably didn't believe me because I had no idea who was trying to kill me, or what their motive was. If I could explain that, people might be more accepting of my story. But there's nothing I can do about that. No one would believe a little girl saying that she's going to be killed without rhyme or reason. All they think of me as is the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama and the leader of the Furude family. They do cherish me, but they won't protect me with their lives. On the other hand, Irie and his people are totally different. They realise how special I am, and they would try to make sure that nothing happens to me. If I confessed to them that my life was in danger, I'm sure they would do their best to prevent it. They have all the means to protect me from a violent end. However, none of it really worked in the past. It's not that they're unreliable. It's because Takano, the one responsible for protecting me, also gets killed on the same day every time. In other words, asking her for help is completely useless. She's very reliable, but she also isn't. It's ironic that I'm the only one who knows the reason why they can never save me. I wonder if that's the murderer's plan. Tomitaki and Takano get killed because they're my guardians, then I get killed after that. I think Takano's death is definitely related to your own. If it's the same fate, I mean if the same suspect is killing them for the same motive, I might be able to alter my own outcome by preventing their deaths. I don't know if you remember, but we've tried that once before. The deaths of Takano and Tomitaki mean the loss of my protection. Because the two of them die, the suspect is able to kill me. That's why I've tried to prevent their deaths somehow. But they never believed me. I tried so hard to persuade them, but they didn't listen. I eventually gave up and just thought of their deaths as fated to happen. It's the same hopeless feeling I used to have toward my parents when I was able to go farther back in time. When I found out that death was inevitable, I lost interest in them. After all that time had passed, I forgot how hard I used to try to prevent my parents' deaths. Besides, I thought you hated Irie and his people. Yeah, they look at us as nothing but their guinea pigs. I support them so I can help Sadako. But it disgusts me to think that they're only using me as a test subject. I've been resenting Irie for that reason. Still, I should try to get closer to him. After all, he's the only person who understands how important I am. He's the main person I should be talking to, and he has the most potential for protecting me. I can't avoid seeking help from him just because I don't like him. I've asked him for help several times before, but Tomitaki and Takano get murdered even so, and it ruins everything. After their deaths, Irie panics and becomes useless. That's why I gave up on seeking help from him. But in this world, I've been blessed with a positive situation. I will never have as lucky a start as this again. This is the best chance I'll ever get, so I should give it my best shot. I really don't like him at all. But he's not a bad person. I should respect him more. He's serious about helping Sadako, and he's not as much of a mad scientist as I'm inclined to think. Takano's a strange person too, but she's also someone who can give me support. But she thinks I'm only her guinea pig. That's why I don't really want her help. Tomitaki is more reliable than Takano, but their biggest problem is that he only visits this village a few times a year. On top of that, he always dies before I get killed, so he can never help me. However, they really are the people I should be talking to. If I can change the fate of their deaths, they should be able to save me from my own. It's possible that the only reason I lived until 1982 was because of their effort. I'm going to approach them once more, and do what I can to try and save them. Oh, don't worry. I expect they'll be murdered anyways, so I'm not getting my hopes up. So I'll be fine, even if this hope's betrayed. Oh, you're such a cruel girl. I chuckled at her comment. If they can escape their fated deaths, then I'm sure they'll greatly influence my own destiny as well. And this time, I'm going to try talking to them with the assumption they'll still be killed. In short, I'll talk to them about how I'll be protected from my coming danger after they die. If they issue such orders, then maybe the guard around me will be strengthened after they do. The protection they provide is probably the highest standard of security I could hope for. Yet I lose that the moment Tomitaki and Takano die, so I never have their protection after Watanagashi, and therefore I get killed too. In other words, that's it. Whoever possesses the strong will to kill me actually just wants me dead. Yet so long as those two are alive, there's tight security all around Hinamazawa. That prevents the killer from getting to me. So, to kill me, they must first kill Tomitaki and Takano, the heart of the security. Then my protection falls away, leaving me exposed. The more I reason it out, the more I realise their fates are connected to mine. Thinking from that point of view, my destiny becomes inescapable the moment I abandon them to die. You should know what you have to do first then. Yes. I have to think about saving their lives before thinking about mine. It's kind of ironic. I gave up on them because I was more determined to save my own life. But I finally came to the conclusion that I have to help them first before helping myself. But there's something I still don't understand. Someone with convictions this strong is trying to kill me for some equally strong motive. Yet no matter how often I debate it, I can't think of anyone who'd benefit from my death. Not only that, but there should only be people who'd want to protect me. Especially since they would do anything to protect me in the present environment. They even eliminated my mother. To be perfectly honest, I don't even care about her anymore. Never got along with her, and she's the one who took my father's death the wrong way, making a huge deal out of it like she did. She got what she deserved. I'm a valuable guinea pig for them, and I can be a bomb too. No one benefits from making me explode. There's only disaster awaiting them if that happens. Lots of people will be lost, and nobody would gain anything from that. According to Takano, my death would be like the eruption of a volcano in the middle of the village. I'm not interested in what happens after my death, but they're really concerned about it. They watch me every day to ensure that I don't accidentally hit my head on the corner of a block of tofu and die. It's fair to say that they are here in order to prevent the eruption from happening. I'd be suspicious of them if they were going to benefit in some way from my death, but as everyone knows, that can't possibly be the case. My death would create nothing but a disaster. They benefited from my being alive right now. Perhaps it's not about gain, but about a grudge. Maybe someone has a strong grudge against my family, and kills me not knowing that I'm like a bomb to this village. That's why I was suspicious of the three families, especially Sonzaki. However, after observing them in numerous worlds, I feel that's not the case. I felt that way in several lives, but it's always had something to do with that incident with Keiichi and the doll. It's clear that there's nothing going on between the Sonzaki family and mine. In that case, it must be some religious fanatic. If it's not about profit or grudge, it might be someone who's secretly a deranged cultist. We've already had a series of murders 4 years in a row under the name of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Timing-wise, it would be somewhat interesting if I, the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama, were killed on the 5th year. I couldn't stand to be murdered for such a whimsical reason, but such a motive actually seemed fitting. Ironically, I would have to suspect Takano if that's the case. She's well known for being an eccentric researcher of local histories. She's only interested in the village's history because she already knows who I am. She's doing the research based on the notion that I am important, so she should have no reason to kill me. She would desire to keep me close to her as a research sample. It's hard to believe that she would kill her favourite toy. She might be willing to kill someone who would try to harm her little toy though. I will never find out, no matter how hard I think. I just know that someone's definitely gonna kill me. I don't care about anything else, as long as I can escape that fate. No, I take that back. I want to escape my deadly fate, but I also want all my friends to be happy, and I want the rest of my life to be happy too. I don't want to hide myself in the forest forever, just to get away from a murderer. In fact, I've tried that once before, but I still met with the same ending. Living in the forest was a horrible experience. I think I was able to survive until July that time. That might be the longest I ever lived. I smiled bitterly and finished off the rest of the orange wine in the glass. I'd have to talk to Iria again. I don't like him, but his people are my only hope. It's getting late. I should go to sleep now. I think so too. Good night. I lay down and closed my eyes, but I couldn't fall asleep right away. Suddenly I remembered Rena's words out of nowhere. It was no good when I was thinking about it on my own. I wasn't thinking about it on my own. I was talking it out with Hanyu. Now I know. It's important to talk to other people. Friends have greater meaning than I thought. You can talk to them about anything. I finally realised that. After I asked Takano for help, should I also talk to Keiichi? I've told him before in my previous lives, but he never believed me then. Maybe he will this time. Everything else is going pretty perfectly. The two of us. Is that going to be Hanyu and Rika again? Who done it? The murder mystery proper sort of thought of who it could be. Okay, let's check out the tip. The two of us. Rika Furude always thought that there were 4 members in her family. She could clearly see all of us. Her father, her mother, and me. She had no idea that I was invisible to anyone else but her. My appearance is a little different from human beings. I must be Hanyu. I may otherwise look like a person, but I can't hide my horns. Yeah. So it's obvious that I'm not human. I'd hoped that because Rika has seen me since she was a baby, she wouldn't be bothered by my ugly horns at all. And that hope came true. Just as chicks believe whatever they see first is their parent, Rika accepted me as part of her family as a matter of course. Even though I have these horns, Rika and I have been close ever since the day she accepted me as her family member. I became closer to her than her parents. I couldn't even remember the last time I was able to communicate with someone. We spent all day together. But her family, especially her mother, denied my existence. Since her mother so strongly denied me, Rika and her mother became distant. Rika didn't learn certain things that many children learn from their mothers. That's why I taught her instead. It's kind of ironic how that made her mother resent Rika even more. Rika used to fight with her mother a lot about how she talked. Yeah, Rika was saying, how they didn't get along. I guess she picked up some bad habits from me. Besides the fact that she didn't get along with her mother, Rika was a pretty normal girl. She was just like Sadako. She loved running around in the woods, doing mischievous things. However, in June 1983, Rika's life was taken. All we want's a happy life for Rika. My power only allows us to search for the path leading to that. It's awful to repeat the same tragedy over and over again. Although it's devastating, we can still find happiness within this endless world. Rika Furude's destiny is a tragic dead end. But I'm secretly enjoying the fact that I get to spend more time with her than what normal people can enjoy. It's not just Rika. They may not see or hear me. But being with Sadako, Mion, Rena, Keiichi is also very fun. I can never be one of them, but I can still be by their side. Oh. Good old Hanyu. She's a nice person, really. She cares too much about Rika. And a bit about the others, I guess. Yeah. So, this has been Greeny XI. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again in a bit when we make a start on chapter 4. And, well, we'll just carry on seeing what's going to happen. I'm not sure how it's going to progress. What's going to be next. Thanks again for watching, folks. See you again in a bit.